Hi guys, this is Schwaku7. Lately I've been buying a lot of exercise equipment because Donald Trump has vowed to impose a 60% tariff on Chinese goods and a 10 to 20% tariff on all other global imports, which means that the price of exercise equipment and other imported items like televisions and refrigerators, computers, electronic appliances, cell phones, and etc. will be going up in price in 2025. And Trump has the power as president to impose tariffs without the approval of the United States Congress, which doesn't matter anyway because the Republicans have control of the House of Representatives and the United States Senate, as well as the United States Supreme Court, so there's very unlikely to be any challenges to Trump's tariff plan. So that means the rest of us has to adapt. If you need or want any exercise equipment, I would highly recommend that you buy it by Inauguration Day, 2025, which is January 20th. And as you can see, I have a lot of exercise equipment that I haven't even opened. So I thought I'd do an unboxing video today. I want to start with this box on top. And this is it. This is the $29.68 push bar and chest expander that I purchased off of Temu.com. And this is what it looks like when you take it out of the box. It's wrapped in plastic. And this is what it looks like when you remove the plastic. It comes with instructions, and it also comes with 4 extra springs, which can be used to increase the tension, and an Allen wrench that you can use to install the springs. And this is how you use the Allen wrench to remove the handle so you can install the springs. This exercise tool comes with 4 extra springs, but this has a lot of tension. And there is a learning curve to this. Learning how to coordinate using the 2 handles. You use the 2 inside handles. There's a lot of tension to it. I don't think you need to add any springs. Perhaps they're replacement springs. If you did want to add springs, you just use the Allen wrench and you just take off these screws. But I don't want to do that because this already has enough tension. But if you wanted more tension, just add more springs. And perhaps one day I'll be able to progressively work up to using 4 more springs, but right now this is adequate for me. And I can do all 3 phases of strength training, which is concentric, which is when the muscle shortens when it contracts. The eccentric is when it lengthens and you just resist as it lengthens. And the isometric, which is a static hold, and the muscle doesn't lengthen or shorten, it just stays stationary. The joint doesn't move. As you can see, I'm trembling, and that's a clear sign that it's working. And if you want to do isometric exercises, you can just use the 2 outside handles, which doesn't move. And hold that for 3 to 5 seconds. There are many ways to use this. And the instruction manual gives you 6 different exercises. But there's other exercises that you can do. And I'm just playing with it. But the first time I tried this, I popped my shoulders. I just popped my neck doing that. But like for your biceps, there's a lot of tension on this. And then, like I said, I'm going to resist eccentrically. And I'm struggling to hold that. As you can see, my muscles are trembling. It's working muscles that I don't normally work when I do bicep curls. And the tricep press downs, doing an isometric hold here. Resisting eccentrically. It is not the 3-pound weight that's giving you the muscular overload, because 3 pounds is not enough. It's the grip compression. And you're supposed to squeeze it as hard as you possibly can. And that creates the muscular overload. Well, it's the same thing with this device. This has a foam grip, which you can use for grip compression. And just squeezing it as hard as you can will cause muscular contraction and muscular overload. Especially when you combine it with an exercise. Because grip compression is a muscular irradiation technique. Muscular irradiation refers to when a muscle is hard at work, it recruits its neighboring muscles. And if they're already part of the action, it amplifies their strength. And you can test this fundamental law of physiology for yourself just by gripping your fist as hard as you can, by clenching it. And if you tighten as hard as you can, you will find that not only will your finger flexors contract, but so will your forearm and your biceps. And if you squeeze hard enough, even your pectoral muscles will contract. And you can use these muscular irradiation techniques while you use this machine. For example, if you squeeze your armpits, it will recruit your lats. If you squeeze your sphincter, it will recruit your glutes. If you suck in your belly button as close to the spine as possible, it will contract your abs. If you claw your toes into the ground, it will contract your calves, your quads, and your hamstrings. And it's actually possible to use all these muscular irradiation techniques at the same time as you're doing a concentric, isometric, and eccentric phase of strength training. I like this machine. It's different, but different is good when it comes to preventing muscular accommodation. Okay, now I inverted the handles, and to do that I had to take it apart. And this is like a puzzle piece. And you got many different parts and caps, and you have to make sure it's in the exact order. So you want to pay close attention when you take this apart that it goes back in the same order, because there are no instructions on how to do this. And that's all the instruction says. It says, please read the following notice carefully. Before using the product, please make sure you have fully understood how the product operates. Physical exercises may cause injuries. The movements mentioned in this instruction may not fit every user. Model demonstrations are for references only. Patients suffering from thrombus, cancer, cardiovascular, and cerebrovascular diseases, post-surgery patients, pregnant women, and other individuals who are not suitable for exercises must consult with your doctor before using the product. Please make sure your body is fully warmed up before taking exercise with the products. Please hold the handles firmly to prevent injuries. Inner spring, 22.5 pounds. PC times 4, outer spring, 32.5 pounds. PC times 4. And that's all it says. There are no instructions on how to disassemble this and reassemble it. But if you look at the photos in the advertisement on Temu, you can figure it out, because that's what I did. There are many parts when you take this off. It's like putting a puzzle together. So if you are going to add the 4 springs, which I don't even want to bother doing because it's going to take 2 people to do that. If you disassemble it by yourself to use the 4 springs that comes with the machine, it's not a problem. That can be done very easily. But if you attempt to use the 4 springs, when you compress it, all that kinetic energy is stored, and you're fumbling trying to put the handles and everything in the right alignment, and it will shoot out. Because I've attempted it about 5 times, and I was not able to do it by myself. Perhaps when my wife wakes up, I might be able to get her to assist me. But to be honest with you, it has enough tension just like it is. So I'll just use these as spare springs. I don't think they're going to break, but the tension it has already is suitable for me, especially since I'm going to be using the repeated effort method of exerting non-maximal force to failure. Be forewarned, if you attempt to add the 4 additional springs, you're going to need a second person to help you. And in this configuration, it is still a lot of tension. And that's like a rowing movement, but I feel that in my lats too. And again, you can use it concentrically, isometrically, and eccentrically. Well, there you go, guys. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. You can disassemble this back and forth. It's not hard to do. But I'm just going to buy a second one. Okay, guys, that's all for this video. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when I upload new YouTube videos. And as always, thanks for watching.